Good afternoon, students. This is Hemant sir, and I'll be taking zoology to you. And today class we are going to study. We'll be continuing human reproduction. We started human reproduction chapter. We understand the events which are present in the human reproduction. Okay. So let us recollect those topics which we studied in the last class, and we'll be continuing from female reproductive system. Okay. So last class, what we studied? We studied about what are we? Okay, we are humans. Like we are what? Dioecious or monoecious. Our sexes are separated. Male is separate as well as female is separate. So this condition is called dioecious. And we are viviparous. What is the meaning of viviparity? Viviparity is gives birth to the young ones. So humans are viviparous and we will exhibit sexual dimorphism. Male is separate, female is separate. Okay, so this condition is called dioecious. Okay, what are the events involved in the human reproduction? Okay, what events are involved? First step is gametogenesis. After gametogenesis, insemination. Okay, gametogenesis is formation of gamete. In case of male, this takes place in the testis. In case of female, this takes place in the ovary. After gametogenesis, insemination, transport of gametes into female reproductive tract. Then next step is cleavage. After that, implantation. After implantation, implantation time we are calling it as pregnant or pregnancy. Okay, after that gestation period. After that, postulation, that is delivery. Last, that is lactation. These are the events involved in the human reproduction. Then we started male reproductive system. We understand detail about male reproductive system. We know that the primary sex organs of the male are what? Testes. Generally, why I am calling primary sex organ? Because it involves in the formation of gamete. That's why I am calling it as primary sex organ. In case of male, it is testis. Testis at the 7th month of gestation period, they are coming out from the abdominal cavity. They are entering into a sac-like structure called scrotum sac. Why the descending testes are descending into the scrotum sac? Because our body temperature is what? 37 degrees. That 37 degrees is not favorable for the formation of gamete. So for formation of gamete, little temperature should be reduced. So scrotum sac is in the scrotum sac, temperature is a little low. How much low? 2 to 2.5 degrees lower than that of the body temperature. Okay. So that is the place where testes are present, and that is the place where gametogenesis will take place. We also studied about accessory glands, male accessory gland, prostate gland, bulbourethral gland, and seminal vesicles. They help in the formation of the semen. Okay. Next, we studied about external genitalia of the male, that is penis. Okay. So let us continue from where we stopped. Okay. Last class we studied about male reproductive system, and today we will be continuing from the ovary. I think sir already completed ovary. So from fallopian tube will be continuing. Okay. This is, if you take female reproductive system, we can classify like this. That is, one is primary sex organ. Okay. In case of female reproductive system, what is primary sex organ? I already mentioned this. In case of male, that is testis. In case of female, is what? Ovary. Okay. Second, accessory ducts. Third, accessory glands. Accessory glands. And last, that is external genitalia. Okay, external genitalia. Fine. So these are different parts of female reproductive system. We can categorize into primary sex organ, accessory ducts, accessory glands, external genitalia. In examination, they will ask a question. Okay, they will be giving one box. In that box, they will be asking different. They will give a different name. They'll ask you to pick how many of the following are accessory glands, accessory ducts, external genitalia. Which of the following is odd one with respect to external genitalia? Such kind of questions they will ask in the exam. Okay. So let us study what are coming under accessory duct, what are coming under accessory glands and external genitalia. Accessory ducts, if I am speaking, fallopian tube, fallopian tubes. The female have two fallopian tubes. Leads to uterus, uterus having another name, womb. Okay. Last, that is vaginal canal or vagina, you can call. Most people will make mistake. They think that it is coming under external genitalia. No, it is not coming under external genitalia. It is coming under accessory duct. So female reproductive system, total 3 accessory ducts, major important ducts are there. Fallopian tubes, uterus and vaginal cavity or vagina. Okay. Next, accessory glands, important for our examination, that is mammary gland. Mammary gland is mammary glands. Okay. Next one, Bartholis gland. Bartholin gland, Keen gland. Okay. Exam point of view, what is required? Majorly mammary gland. Okay, accessory gland, that is required. Next, external genitalia, labia majora. Don't worry, we will study each and every part, each and every structure we will study. Okay, I am just giving an overview how we can categorize and which part is coming under which category. So if you know this, it will be easy in the examination. Once we know the overview, we will be definitely seeing detailed structure of that. Okay. So external genitalia, what is coming? Labia majora. Labia meaning is lip. Okay. Labia majora, labia minora, hymen layer, and clitoris. Okay. And these are coming under external and the mons pubis. Last one, mons pubis. Mons. These are coming under external genitalia of the female. Okay. So last class we already completed ovary. We understand the size of the ovary approximately 2 to 4 centimeter. Ovaries, a pair of ovaries are present in the female reproductive system. Each ovary, okay, will produce some gametes during menstrual cycle. Okay, it will undergo cyclical changes. You might have studied primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, mature follicle. So the cycle is taking place inside ovary. Okay, ovary, if you are cutting, this is ovary. We are cutting the ovary. We are seeing a section of the ovary. Okay, outer region is there. This is called as what? Cortex. And the inner region is called medulla. In the cortex, development of follicle takes place. Primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, mature follicle. I told you, right? This follicle development takes place in the cortex. Inside medulla, there will be blood vessels. Okay, and now these things are present in the medulla. Simply they are calling together, we are calling ovarian stroma having what? Cortex as well as medulla. Okay, na? Next, accessory ducts. What I said? Accessory ducts include fallopian tubes, uterus, and vaginal canal. Let us talk about that. Fallopian tube. This is uterus. And neck of the uterus is called cervix. This is vaginal canal, also called as copulatory canal. Fallopian tubes, a pair of fallopian tubes are there. The most important point with respect to fallopian tube is fallopian tubes are starting from the periphery of the ovary. If this is ovary, above the ovary, fallopian tube is starting. Okay, it is starting. Where that fallopian tube is ending, fallopian tube will be continuing and ending in with the uterus. So starting point of the fallopian tube is what? This one. And the ending is what? This. Here also it is the ending and this is the starting, and there will be some finger like projection. Okay, we will see detailedly. Now this is fallopian tube, right? Okay. So ovary we already studied in the last class. It is attached to the uterus with the help of ligaments. Okay, as well as it is attaching to the body cavity also. Okay, fine. Now we are talking about what? Fallopian tube. What is the length of fallopian tube? The length of fallopian tube, okay, in female generally 10 to 12 centimeter fallopian tube is present. That is the length of fallopian tube. Okay. This fallopian tube having three areas. Okay. First area, this is called infundibulum. Infundibulum. Okay, this one. Exam they will ask like the funnel-like structure which is starting from the periphery of the ovary. Answer is what? Infundibulum. Okay. This infundibulum having finger-like projections. These finger-like projections are called fimbriae. Fimbriae. These finger-like projections are called fimbriae. Okay. Now we can see a broad portion here. Okay, this is the infundibulum funnel-like structure having finger-like projection. These finger-like projections are called fimbriae. Okay, having a broad portion. If you notice here, broad portion. Okay, generally in our body, wherever broad portion, broad areas are there, we'll call as ampulla. Example, I will tell mammary ampulla we studied in the mammary gland. Okay, when we are studying about ejaculatory duct, vasa differentialis ampulla and seminal vesicles are joining, we will say, right? So what I mean to say, broad portion generally they will call it as ampulla. So here this part is ampulla. This is ampulla. Ampulla. This is what? Infundibulum. Okay. And last part, a narrow part, which is connecting the fallopian tube to the uterus. This we are calling as what? This is isthmus. So fallopian tube having three parts. Starting point is infundibulum, leads to ampulla, leads to isthmus. Isthmus connects uterus, fallopian tube to the uterus. Infundibulum starting from the ovary. Now, what is important here? In exam, what possible question they can ask? Imagine menstrual cycle is going on. When menstrual cycle is going on, okay, alternate ovaries will produce. Let's say this month this ovary produced. Generally, next month this ovary will not produce. This ovary will produce. Sometimes both ovary will produce. That we will study. Okay, when we are talking about fertilization, when we are talking about the twin formation, that time we will study detail. Okay. So let us make it simple. What I am trying to say, ovulation taking place, like menstrual cycle is happening approximately on 14th day, if 28 days menstrual cycle. Second oocyte will be released. That is female gamete is released. Where that is released? See, this female reproductive system present in the lower abdominal cavity. Okay, this is thoracic cavity, this is abdominal cavity, and remaining one is pelvic cavity. Okay, so it is present lower abdominal cavity. Okay, it is released into the cavity. From there, the secondary oocyte is collected and it is reaching to the ampulla. Very important point. That point is ampulla is site of fertilization. Ampulla is what? Site of fertilization. Are we clear? Okay. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is secondary oocyte is released, that is entering into the infundibulum. From the infundibulum it is reaching to the ampulla. How it is reaching to the ampulla? In structural organization in animals we studied about different epithelial tissues, right? So in that we studied about ciliated epithelium, right? Ciliated epithelium, what it will do? Here ciliated epithelium is there. What this cilia do is, they will move in a certain direction. When they are moving in certain direction, the secondary oocyte will be moving, reaching to where? Which location? To the ampulla. Obviously, on the other hand, sperms, once insemination takes place, sperms will be entering and they are reaching where? Ampulla. So, fusion of male as well as female gamete taking place in the ampulla. That's why I mentioned it as what? Site of fertilization. What is site of fertilization? Ampulla. Okay, ampullary isthmic junction is called site of fertilization. Okay, our book generally they are talking ampulla is site of fertilization. Got it? So this is about fallopian tube. The length of fallopian tube, we have female have a pair of fallopian tube. The length of fallopian tube is 10 to 12 centimeter. Fallopian tube is having three parts. That is infundibulum, ampulla, and isthmus. Infundibulum, along with it, is having a whole like structure. Like you seen Iron Man, right? Iron Man, he'll be flying, he'll be having okay one a whole like structure here, right? So similarly, I'm not telling same is present. I'm saying similarly, an opening is there. Okay, through that opening, the secondary oocyte will be released and entering into the okay infundibulum. From infundibulum, obviously we know what we know. This is there. Okay, cilia are there. The movement of cilia takes place. Got it? Okay. So this is about fallopian tube. Okay. Next part. That is what? Uterus. If you take uterus again, this is outer layer and this is outer layer. Uterus also we can call this area is there. Na? This is called fundus. This is body and this is neck of the uterus. The neck of the uterus they called it as what? Cervix. Cervix. Cervix is neck of the uterus. Main body, okay, this is called body and this is called fundus. Upper part is called fundus. Okay. This uterus having three layers. Okay, what are the three layers? Let me write here. The three layers are outer layer is called perimetrium. Second layer is called myometrium. See, most of the students when they are studying this, they will interrelate with cardium, pericardium, myocardium, endocardium. That cardium word will use for heart and metrium word will use here in case of uterus. Okay. So perimetrium, myometrium and third one, inner layer is what? Endometrium. Endometrium. If I am speaking about the outer layer, okay, outer layer means what I mentioned, this layer. This is the outer layer. Okay, it is made up of connective tissue and epithelial tissue. Connective tissue plus epithelial tissue present. Perimetry. Second layer is there. Now let me draw here. If you are taking a section of uterus, it will look like that. Second layer is having smooth muscles like this. Okay. We already studied right involuntary organs normally they are having they are made up of which muscle? Smooth muscles. So here smooth muscles are present like this. This second layer, what is the name of this second layer? Myometrium. And what is present in the myometrium? Smooth muscles. In your higher study, you will understand that the smooth muscles are single unit smooth muscle. Again, single unit smooth muscle, multi-unit smooth muscle, different types will be there. So single unit smooth muscle, they'll contract as a unit. You can ask me a question. That question is, sir, why uterus should have this smooth muscle? What is the purpose? Why it is present in the uterus? Answer is, imagine pregnancy happened. Okay, development of baby is taking place. When development of baby is taking place, parturition. Next step is parturition. Right, last step. Okay, delivery of the baby. For delivery of the baby, strong uterine contractions are required to expel the baby from the uterine cavity to the outside. For that strong uterine contraction, we require muscular movement that is triggered by oxytocin. Anyway, we'll study end of the chapter. Okay, that oxytocin is there. That oxytocin will act here on this particular layer. Which layer I'm speaking about? Middle layer. What is the name of the middle layer? Myometrium. Okay, so function of myometrium is will initiate strong uterine contractions. Got it? Okay, last layer, which is present inside uterus, that layer is called what? Endometrium. This layer is called endometrium. This is endometrium. Okay. What is the significance? Why endometrium is present? You have any idea why menstrual cycle takes place in female? Any idea? Any guess? Why? Menstrual cycle is taking place in female. What is the need? Why she need to lose that much amount of blood? Approximately 30 to 190 ml of blood will be lost during menstrual phase. My question is, why she need to lose that much amount of blood? Okay, first, during menses, I said right, blood is coming outside. That is nothing but this layer, this endometrium layer is there, na? This endometrium layer, suddenly it will shed off. It will shed off in the sense it will come outside. Okay, through cervix. And here what I told, vaginal canal is there, na? Here vaginal canal will be there. Obviously outside external genitalia will be. Through this, that is coming out as a menstrual bleeding. Which layer is coming out as a menstrual bleeding? Endometrium layer. Okay. Why? Every month shedding of endometrium takes place because it is uterus is making ready. Okay, uterus is getting ready for what? For implantation. If implantation takes place, endometrium will stay as such. Meaning, if she is pregnant, menstrual cycle will stop. Simple term, I can say that. If fertilization not takes place, okay, gamete released, but the time sperm is not meeting the time. Okay, which lead to what? Shedding off of endometrium. We will study detail in menstrual cycle. Whenever progesterone levels are low, this endometrium layer will be shedding off, will be coming outside through the vaginal canal. Clear with this? So that is about uterus. Conclusion: uterus is a part of female. We studied right different category: primary sex organ. Okay, next accessory ducts, accessory glands, external genitalia. It belong to which category? It belong to accessory ducts. Clear? Okay. So what is the purpose? What is the significance? What is the importance of the uterus? This is the place where we born. All of us are born here only. Okay, here in the sense inside uterus. Okay, if fertilization takes place, gametes will undergo, like zygote will be formed, will undergo cleavage. After that, blastocyst will undergo implantation here, which lead to development of the baby. Okay, na? Okay, this uterus is made up of how many layers? All of us know it is three. What are the three layers? Outer layer is called perimetrium, which is made up of connective tissue. Middle layer is called myometrium, which is made up of smooth muscles, and the inner layer, that is called endometrium, which is highly glandular. Blood vessels are there, blood supply is there. If fertilization does not take place, this lead to shedding of endometrium. In your higher study, you will understand that this endometrium having two layers. One is stratum basalis, another one is stratum functionalis. Stratum functionalis will be coming outside. Stratum basalis again forming stratum functionalis. Anyway, that much detail not required for our examination. What is required? How many layers are there? Each layer, what is it is made up of, and what is the significance of that layer? That is enough for our examination. Are we clear? Okay. So we completed fallopian tube. We understand what is the length of the fallopian tube, what are different parts present. Then we completed uterus. Next, neck of the uterus is called cervix. Okay. Lead to a canal. This canal is called vaginal canal. Vaginal canal also called as what? It is also called as copulatory canal. It is also called as copulatory canal. Let me erase it. Okay, it is also called as copulatory canal. Okay, this cervical canal as well as copulatory canal or vaginal canal together, we are calling it as birth canal. It is called birth canal. Are we clear? So that is about uterus. Uterus having a total three layers: outer layer perimetrium, middle layer myometrium, inner layer endometrium. Perimetrium is made up of connective tissue, myometrium made up of smooth muscle, endometrium is highly glandular, which is essential for nutrition if fertilization takes place, if she is pregnant. Okay, so that is about uterus. And next one is external genitalia of the female. Okay, as I said earlier, external genitalia, what is coming? Mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, clitoris, hymen layer. Okay, these are coming under external genitalia. So same thing only I am going to draw here. Let us try to understand this. Okay, and let's say this is pubic area. Okay, and this is called mons pubis. This is the place where pubic hair also present. This is mons pubis. Cushion of fatty tissue, mons pubis. Okay, which leads to upper lip-like structure. So lip-like structures. Okay, upper lip like structure, somewhat like this. This is called, see, this is one lip like structure. Okay, we are calling as what? Labia majora. Labia majora. Here, below labia majora, let's say this is labia majora. Okay, below that, under that, what is that? Labia minora is there. Okay, how it will look? It will look somewhat like this. Now this layer I am calling as what? Labia minora. This is labia minora. Okay, external genitalia is nothing but externally how female reproductive system will appear. Okay, it consists of mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen layer, clitoris. So we are seeing that labia majora, we understand, upper lip like structure. Lower is called what? Labia minora. So let me label it. It is called what? Labia minora. Okay. Next, in case of male, urethra is common process for the transportation of the sperm, release of sperm, as well as the release of urine. Urine is coming through the same pathway as well as semen is coming through the same pathway. But in case of female, it is not like that. Okay, urine is coming with the help of an opening that is called urethral opening, and gametes are entering with the help of another opening. This is called what? Vaginal canal or vaginal opening. This opening is called vaginal orifice. Vaginal orifice. Simply vaginal opening, you can remember. Here? Okay. At the upper junction, very important point, that is at the upper junction of which labia minora, there is a tiny finger-like structure. The tiny finger-like structure, they are calling it as clitoris. Here, a finger-like structure is present. This is called what? Clitoris. Are we clear? Sometimes they will ask which of the following is homologous to that of penis of the male. Answer is clitoris. Why it is homologous? Whenever penis, like if you take penis of the male, whenever blood flow, he got the stimulus. Okay, there are two tissues. Okay, one is corpora cavernosa, another one is corpus spongitium. Okay, there will be filling of blood. Nitric oxide will be released. When nitric oxide is released, na, cavities which are present in the tissue are filled with the blood, which lead to erection of the penis. Similarly, similar erectile tissue is present in the clitoris. In case of female reproductive system, when the females are involving in the coitus, that is sexual intercourse, that time there is a possibility of erection of this clitoris. Why it is taking place? Because it is having erectile tissue. That is the reason I am telling it is homologous to that of what? Penis of the male. Okay, labia majora is homologous to that of scrotum sac of the male. Got it? Here? Okay, so that is about external genitalia. Last one, there is a layer. That layer is called hymen layer. Okay, here somewhere hymen layer is a mucous membrane. Okay, don't think that it is like a coke can having a seal, taking the seal drinking. It is not like that. Okay, most of people will think it is vaginal canal and this is hymen layer. It will be broken like that. It is not like. If this is vaginal canal, it is continuously okay having a mucous membrane layer. That mucous membrane layer we are calling hymen layer. Okay, somewhere here that hymen layer is present. Let me represent with a draw like this. Okay, let's say this can be hymen layer. Okay, NCRT they given one example, like example in the sense they given some points. So that point says that presence or absence of hymen layer, it is not a reliable indicator of the virginity of the female. What they are trying to say is there is a possibility that this obviously during first sexual intercourse, obviously hymen layer will be most of the time hymen layer will be torn, broken. Okay, sometime even after hymen is present, hymen is persistent even after first sexual intercourse also. But most of the time, first sexual intercourse, hymen layer will be broken. Okay, that is the first case where hymen can be broken. Other cases also there, like If she is an athlete, she is doing a lot of workout. Okay, she need to involve a lot of movement. Definitely, there is a possibility that breaking of hymen layer takes place. Okay, if she is doing horse riding, there is a possibility that hymen layer can be broken down. Okay, she is undergone sudden shock or sudden jolt. Okay, that time also there is a possibility hymen layer can broken. So what I mean to say, not only during first sexual intercourse, there are other scenarios, other possibilities in which hymen layer can be broken down. That's why hymen is not a reliable indicator of the virginity. Are we clear with this? So this is about external genitalia of the female. Okay, as I said earlier, external genitalia of the female having labia majora, labia minora, clitoris, okay, hymen layer, and this excursion of fatty tissue, it is called what? Mons pubis, in which pubic hair is present. Okay, so that is about external genitalia of the female. Next one, mammary glands. In case of, see, all mammal without any exception, if that is mammal, that mammal having what? Mammary gland. In the sense, males are having mammary gland, females are having mammary gland. But these mammary glands are functional in case of what? These are functional in case of females. Why these are functional in case of female? Because of the hormonal action. Okay, we will see that. Imagine this is a muscle. So location of mammary gland is thoracic prominence. Thoracic prominence. Meaning they're telling thoracic region. These mammary glands are there, na? They are what? Modified sweat glands. Modified sweat glands. Mammary glands are modified sweat glands. They are present in the thoracic prominence, thoracic region. Let us see that. Imagine these are ribs. This is our rib case. So you are seeing a side view. You are seeing a lateral view. Okay, this view you are seeing. We are checking the thoracic region. These muscles are called pectoralis. Pectoralis major muscle will be there. Pectoralis below that. Pectoralis minor muscle will be there. Okay. Imagine this is thoracic region. Now what I am saying, muscles are present. Which muscles are present? Pectoralis major. These are muscles like this. I am writing it as pectoralis. Pectoralis major. Pectoralis major. Okay. Okay. Now what is present here above that? Modified sweat gland. What is that? Obviously mammary gland. Mammary gland is present. Females as well as males. How many pairs of mammary glands are present? A pair of mammary glands are present. Okay, but they are functional in case of female. These are non-functional in case of male. Okay. So here some pigmented, hyperpigmented area is there. This is called areolae. Okay, fine. Question is, who is responsible for that? Actually, having mammary gland, developed mammary gland, is a secondary sexual character in case of female. Sorry, secondary sexual character. In case of whom? In case of female. Okay, in case of female, it is secondary sexual character. Okay. Now, the size of mammary gland is determined by the amount of fat deposited in the mammary gland. So, in mammary gland, what else is present? Some amount of fat is present like this. Like this. So, who is responsible for that? Answer is very simple. There is a hormone. What is the major hormone for the female? That is estrogen hormone. Estrogen hormone is responsible for this. Okay. On mammary gland, many hormones will act. Okay, estrogen will act, progesterone will act, prolactin will act, oxytocin will act. Mode of action is different. Okay, some will favor the formation of milk, some will favor the ejection of milk, some will favor the formation of mammary alveoli. What is that? We will see now. Okay, So if you take a mammary gland, okay, it is having some lobes. How many lobes are present? Approximately 15 to 20 mammary lobes are present. See, this is one, this is two. Like this, how many are present? 15 to 20 mammary lobes are present. I am writing here 15 to 20. What are present? Mammary lobes are present. This mammary lobes leads to, inside that mammary lobe, what is present is, what is present? Alveoli. There are sac-like structures. These sac-like structures we are calling as what? Alveoli. These are not only sac-like structure, these are glandular. Obviously, we know there are two type of glands. One is endocrine gland, another one is exocrine gland based on the pouring of their secretion. So these glands are there, no? These are exocrine glands. They are not producing any hormone, but they are producing what? Milk. So these sac-like structure which I am mentioning now, these are called alveoli. They are present in the mammary gland. We are calling as mammary alveoli. It is a place where formation of milk takes place, as well as milk will be stored. So here what is present? Mammary alveoli. Alveoli is present. This mammary alveoli leads to mammary tubules. This mammary alveoli leads to mammary tubules, like this. These are mammary tubules. This mammary tubules I am writing here. This leads, they are present inside the lobes. This leads to mammary tubules. This mammary tubules leads to mammary ducts. Mammary ducts. So they join to form mammary ducts like this. Like, okay. This mammary ducts leads to what? Mammary ducts leads to mammary ampulla. I already mentioned this. Wherever broad areas are there, that broad areas we are calling as what? Mammary ampulla. Ampulla. Broad areas are called ampulla. So here we are calling it as mammary ampulla. Like, like this. Like this. This mammary ampulla leads to a duct. What is the duct? The duct is called lactiferous duct. This is called lactiferous duct, through which it open outside, okay, through nipple. This is called nipple. This is nipple, and this is what? Lactiferous duct. So ampulla, mammary ampulla leads to lactiferous duct. See, in this chapter, there are many important points. Okay, what are that important points? Particularly flow charts. Okay, first thing they will ask, they will give A, B, C, D, E. Okay, in option A, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, something will be given. You need to arrange in a proper order. What is that order? What are the events taking place in the human reproduction? That is the first thing. Okay. Second thing, what is the pathway followed by the sperm? Okay, so we study in intratesticular apparatus. That is, it started from seminiferous tubule, tubular recte, retestis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa deferentia, ejaculatory duct, urethra, into female reproductive system, right? So this is the pathway followed by the sperm. That is important. And third one, pathway followed by the milk is very important. Okay, each mammary gland is modified sweat gland. In case of females, mammary glands are well developed because of a hormone called estrogen that is responsible for the secondary sexual characters in case of female. Okay, she is having, each mammary gland is having approximately 15 to 20 lobes. Each lobe is having glandular sac-like structure that we are calling mammary alveoli. Mammary alveoli leads to duct, mammary tubule. This mammary tubule joins to form mammary duct. They join to form mammary ampulla. Ampulla is a broad portion. Mammary ampulla leads to lactiferous duct. Lactiferous duct leads to nipple. Nipple is the place where baby will suckle the milk. Okay, ultimately which leads to nipple. This is the place where baby will suckle the milk. So that is about external, okay, like the accessory gland. We studied, okay, female external genitalia. We studied about accessory duct. Okay, in accessory duct we studied about uterus, fallopian tube, vaginal canal, so on, right? Okay, last this is what, mammary gland. Mammary gland is coming under which one? Accessory gland. Okay, accessory ducts are different, accessory glands are different. Okay, the function is what? Milk. Okay, here we'll speak about some hormones. I will write here, you can note it down. When it comes to mammary gland, many will act on the mammary gland. Especially two hormones are required. One is prolactin hormone. Prolactin essential, required for the formation of milk. In examination, which of the following hormone is required for the formation of milk? Our answer should be what? Our answer should be prolactin hormone. Okay. Second one, there is another hormone called oxytocin. What is the function of this hormone? Helps in the ejection of milk. Ejection of milk, oxytocin. Okay. Prolactin, formation of the milk. In chemical control and coordination chapter, very last paragraph of NCERT, they given one point. That point is prolactin hormone helps in the formation of mammary alveoli. This mammary alveoli are there, right? This formation is triggered, also triggered by which hormone? Prolactin hormone. Okay, like this, what things you are noticing here? Prolactin is acting on mammary gland, oxytocin acting on the mammary gland, progesterone is acting on the mammary gland, estrogen is acting on the mammary gland. Multiple hormones are trying, they are working together for one purpose. This kind of effect is called synergic effect. Okay, we study this again in chemical control coordination. Two hormones will be there. One will reduce, let's say, insulin. Insulin reduce glucose level. Glucagon increase glucose level, blood glucose level. This effect is called antagonistic effect. Here we are studying which effect? Synergic effect. Okay, what is synergic effect? Couple of hormones are working together for a purpose. Okay, here you can see they are acting on a mammary gland. All hormones, okay, which are acting on a mammary gland, showing effect on the mammary gland. Are we clear? So that is about mammary gland, and that is about female reproductive system. Okay, so with this we'll conclude. Okay, remaining thing like gametogenesis will be continuing in the next class. So what we studied in today class, we understand female reproductive system having primary sex organ, that is ovary. Primary sex organ is responsible for the formation of the hormones as well as formation of the gametes. Okay, which next? After that, what we studied? We studied about accessory ducts. Accessory ducts, fallopian tube, length is 10 to 12 centimeter. Three parts are there: fimbriae, ampullae, and infundibulum. Okay. Later, we studied about uterus, which is having three layers: perimetrium, myometrium, endometrium. Perimetrium connective tissue, myometrium made up of smooth muscle, and endometrium is highly glandular. Okay. Later, we studied about neck of the uterus is called cervix. Okay. Sometime, if pregnancy takes place, because of the effect of progesterone, the cervical mucus is there. Cervical mucus will be thickened here. Cervix is there, na? If pregnancy means implantation takes place here, baby is developing here, cervical mucus will be thickened like this. Okay. So cervix leads to vaginal cavity. Then we studied about accessory glands. Accessory gland important is mammary gland. I already mentioned Bartholin's gland is clean gland, like that I mentioned. Na? They are present. They are also called as paraurethral gland. They are present beside urethra. Okay. Simply they act as a lubricant. That's it. That is the main. Okay. Function generally they won't ask. Which gland is important? Mammary gland is very important. As I said earlier, the pathway followed by the milk, very important. How many lobes are there? Very important. Okay. So with this, we'll be concluding, and we'll continue in the next class. Okay. See you in the next class. Take care. Signing off.